to this week's episode of AMA Friday with Amy Miller, Recruiting in Yoga Pants. New in the shop. This is the most comfortable sweatshirt I own, you guys. This is my Prime sweatshirt. They're so warm and cozy and fuzzy, and go buy one. Buy one for the recruiter in your life or for yourself because they're really comfy. All right, let's get to the point, shall we? Commercial over. I want to dig into quality versus quantity. This has been on my mind a lot, like daily. I wrote a blog post about this back in June of last year, I think it was. So I'm gonna post the link down in the pinned comments. I'll make sure you guys can click into that because there's a lot of good stuff there. But consider this the video version of that, of my 5 steps to your next job. That's the name of the blog post, which I'll link because it's good. One of my better ones, I think. But I want to talk through it because I think one of the things that saddens me greatly, I will see on LinkedIn from time to time, a lot more often than I'd like. I'll see people make comments about they've applied to 100 jobs last week. They've applied to hundreds of jobs since the pandemic. They've applied to maybe thousands of jobs in the last year. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the number is, right? But I hear this all the time. And anytime I hear somebody say, I applied to 100 jobs, or I applied to, 20 jobs a day or something, I have so many questions. I really do. I'm not, for the first time in a long time, I'm not being snarky. Like, I'm genuinely confused. I decided, Amy, very easy for you to armchair quarterback this. You are sitting in a very comfortable position with a job. You don't get it. Do some research. So I did, and I went online, and I decided to go to Indeed, and I typed in senior recruiter, 25 miles or less from my house, and I think I had like one other filter. I think like years of experience filter or something. I tried to keep it like minimal because I wanted to get as many results as possible, but also results that made sense. Okay, like there's just some recruiting jobs I wouldn't get a call. That's fine. Y'all, I got 8 results, okay? 8. That's it. And I'm like, okay, I realized this was like a quick, first pass kind of search just to try to prove a point, but 8. How are you guys finding 100 jobs to apply to? I'm so confused. So I want to talk about that. All right? Here's what I think you should do instead. First of all, let me own up front, recruiters are lousy for this. Lousy. We play this stupid volume game too sometimes, drives me nuts, where we will go and blast 100 people with the right keywords to see if we can get them interested in talking to us about a particular job. Okay? It's wrong. It's bad behavior. I don't like it. Okay? Recruiters still do it. Some of them tell me it's a good idea. I don't love it. That's me. But my point in that is I think that we index so much on the quantity aspect because we're like, oh, if I just hit enough people, if I just send enough emails, if I just apply to enough jobs, if I just do enough activity, if I just spin up enough, something's going to stick. When in reality, we sometimes get more bang for our buck if we focus on quality outreach, quality job descriptions that we're qualified for and want to apply to, quality networking. Okay, this is what I'm going to ask of you. This is going to be painful. You're not going to like it. You might just turn off the video and never come back. If you are one of those job seekers that is applying to 100 jobs a week, I want you to stop. I want you to stop. I want you to take a breath. I want you to read the blog after you watch this video, and I want you to sit with it for 24 hours, okay? And then I want you to try it. I want you to give it a couple weeks, follow the steps in the blog, see if you get a different return on your investment. I mean it. I mean it, you guys. I really feel like you're going to see such an improvement in your response rates that you're going to be like, why did I not do this 6 months ago when Amy first wrote the blog? Y'all don't listen sometimes. Just teasing. Okay, so what are the steps? Number 1, identify the companies that you could see yourself working at. We're not even looking for open roles right now. That's not what I said. I said identify the companies that you could see yourself working at. Okay? Look at the companies around you. Look at some of the, if you live in an area like, I do have the benefit of being in the Seattle area, right? So there's some heavy hitters in my backyard. I've got Microsoft down the road. I've got Amazon not too far away. Google's got a big presence here. Philips is another big one, the healthcare company. They're not that far from where I live. So start thinking about, well, what are some of the local companies in my area, right? Who are the big employers? Who are the people that my neighbors work at? And where are some of the companies, or what's this place down the street? What do they do? What do they hire for? So think about the target companies that you could see yourself work at. That's step number 1. Number 2, see what kind of people they hire. This is all research. We're in research mode right now. We're not applying to jobs. We are researching. I'm talking about a couple hours of your time, okay? This is time well spent. Trust me, you're planting seeds. So you've identified your dream companies. Maybe there's 5 or 10 of them. Say, oh yeah, I could see myself at these 5 places. Cool. Now I want you to look them up. Look at their careers page. Look them up on LinkedIn. Look at the employees that are currently at ABC Company. Look for people who have the title that you want. This is going to be important in a minute, okay? So that you're identifying that not only, number 1, yes, this is a company I'd like to work for. Number 2, I have verified that they actually hire people like me near my location. And number 3, now I'm starting to identify open roles on their careers page and people I can network with, which is step 4. Okay? We are going to network. We are going to do our 3-way networking. You can get the templates, amy@recruitinganyogapants.com, networking in the subject line. You're looking for potential peers who do what you do. You're looking for potential leaders who hire what you do. You're looking for potential recruiters who might recruit what you do. So all of this stuff is laid out in the blog post and in the networking templates. And you're going to, at the same time, tap your trusted network. A lot of times, especially if we've been laid off or we've been impacted somehow, we've been let go for reasons beyond our control, we feel bad about that. We feel like it somehow reflects on us. We feel like people are going to look down on us and we're just embarrassed. And I don't want you to feel that way, especially right now, because so many people have been impacted by the pandemic and things that are out of your control. The last thing I want for you, and I really don't think anybody else wants this for you either, is to carry that guilt or shame or burden of feeling like you're in this on your own. You have friends, you have former colleagues, you have relatives and neighbors that will help if they know what you need. So this is where that targeted networking, you've got the total stranger like, hey person, you work where I want to work. Here's my awesome email based on a template I got from that Amy Miller chick. But you also have your trusted network, which is your friends, your family, your colleagues, your peers, your neighbors. Okay? If you know your neighbor works at one of the companies that made your list in step 1, hey man, I noticed that ABC Company is hiring an accountant, and I don't know if you knew this about me, but I've been an accountant for 12 years, and I'm just curious, what do you think about working there? Do you like it? You're not asking for a referral. You're just having a conversation. You're just asking for insights and information, right? hey, if neighbor guy doesn't want to talk about it, he's going to let you know. He's going to shut you down. But maybe he does. Maybe he's a good neighbor guy. And he's going to get to know you a little bit. And he's going to talk about it. And he's going to say, you know what? Why don't you send me your resume? Let me refer you. And we know referrals, one of the top sources of hire, right? Just saying. This is the thing. Quality of outreach, quality of applications, quality of conversations with people who can help you get to where you want to go. This does not mean you're not applying online. Y'all know how I feel about this. These are not mutually exclusive activities. You can apply online smartly to a handful of roles a week while working your network, reaching out to contacts, doing that thing. People get so caught up in this idea that I have to go find 150 names and blast them on my resume. False. Wrong. No. Okay? I want you to try this out for a couple weeks. See if a more targeted approach increases the number of calls you get. This is step one. We want to get your foot in the door. I'm not talking about getting offers. I'm not talking about preparing for interviews yet. I'm talking about for people who are applying and applying and applying and getting nowhere. I'm talking about backing that up, taking a more targeted approach, and increasing the response rate from the places that you're applying to and getting that first step. That's the goal. All right? I want you to try it for 2 weeks. I want you to let me know how it's working. Read the blog, get the templates, get to work. Let me know how it goes. You can drop a comment. You can send me an email, amy@recruitinginyogapants.com. I really want to know how this is working for you. So if you are stuck, let's talk. I'm here to help. Hope that helps. And we will see you guys next week.